It's the fire that destroyed hundreds of square miles of forest, including parts of Yosemite National Forest. And tonight, the man accused of starting the rim fire is a free man.
That's not right. That's a crime in itself, in my opinion.
The man charged with starting the largest fire ever documented in the Sierra Nevada is not going to stand trial.
Yeah, today the federal prosecutor asked the judge to drop the charges after two key witnesses died unexpectedly. KCRA 3's Kevin Oliver joining us now with why the federal prosecutor made that decision, Kevin.
Olson, Kelly, those two witnesses who died were two of the people who first came in contact with Keith Emerald after the rim fire was discovered. Prosecutors said one was a helicopter pilot who airlifted Emerald out of the area. The other was a man who gave Emerald a ride back to his pickup truck.
It burned through Stanislaus National Forest and parts of Yosemite National Park, leaving hundreds of thousands of acres of charred forest. Now Keith Emerald, seen here in the white shirt, will not have to face federal prosecution after prosecutors said two important witnesses died.
It's not unprecedented. It would not be at all improper to do that.
Law professor John Myers says cases are thrown out from time to time because witnesses die or are not able to testify.
This is the way the system is supposed to work. Prosecutors are supposed to make the tough call that I simply cannot prove this case, and if that's true, then the prosecutor is ethically obligated to do exactly what this prosecutor did.
The U.S. attorney said in a statement, "I understand that the government's motion to dismiss will be frustrating to some. It is our obligation to the defendant and to the court to dismiss that case." Emerald was originally accused of lighting a campfire back in August of 2013 while he was bow hunting. Investigators say Emerald first told them that the fire was started by a falling boulder and later told them marijuana growers started it. Emerald ultimately signed an affidavit saying he used pine needles, twigs, and a lighter to start it. After the fire started, prosecutors said a CAL FIRE helicopter crew rescued him. The pilot of that crew was expected to testify that he found Emerald in the same area where the fire started. But that pilot had a heart attack and died in March. The other witness, Tandon Olson, was a friend of Emerald's who drove him back to get his pickup truck. According to court records, Emerald told Olson he had a campfire and it got out of control.
Now, Olson died when a work vehicle slid off a gravel road in Amador County in February. Today, we reached out to Emerald's defense attorney to see if Emerald or his attorney had anything to say, but so far, we haven't heard anything back.
Makes you think, what are the odds of these two people passing away? So, in addition to that, if Emerald did sign that statement, then why isn't that good enough for prosecutors?
We don't know. Prosecutors haven't gone into any specifics about why they didn't continue forward, although Professor Myers did tell me that prosecutors may have feared that that statement might have been thrown out or that it wouldn't stand on its own and needed some kind of corroboration. Those two witnesses were that corroboration.
Easy to understand why there's some frustration on the backside of this. Kevin, thanks.